2 people watching this recording.
Okay, good. Yeah, I have a few people watching the recording. So, all right. So, welcome, you guys. We are a hot mess. All 4 of us. Just saying. Megan, is this your guest, Shannon? Megan, or is this?
I don't think so.
Hold on just a second. Anna's here. Oh, hey, it's my Megan Mercado. How are you?
Hey, Megan.
I didn't even know you were
Can you hear me?
coming. Megan's in California, right? You're still in California? Yep. She has little
Nice
boys.
to meet you, Megan.
Yep. She has little boys like we do. She's doing the Lean Clean boot camp. Okay. So I would not have known that was you if you had not turned your video on. I didn't even know you were coming. So I'm glad you're here though. Anna is here. Anna is here. So we welcome you guys. We are here to invite you into our hot mess and tell you all about what we do as coaches. And so it is myself, Rachel Mitchell, and Shannon, and Kimberly and Jade, and I'll let them introduce themselves, but we have some slides for you guys because we're kind of, I think most of us like type A, even though we like to talk a lot, we like to make sure you have the info that we are sharing. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're each just going to take turns just telling you a little bit about what we do as coaches and why we do it and what that looks like and why we invited you, honestly, because I think that's really important that we invited you on purpose. Like, you are not here on accident. I think that's very important to make sure that you guys know we invited you because we saw something in you and we believe in you, and God has changed us so much through this coaching opportunity that honestly, we just can't stay quiet about it. And so we are going to explain tonight what we do as coaches, who we're looking for, how we do earn an income, how to get started, and what it's like to be a part of our team. Shannon, I just saw that it has your initial on this. I'm so sorry.
I just thought you were going to go with it.
I did. So we'll just keep going with it, and I'll pick up where it has my initial. So Kimberly, you're up.
Okay. So I'm Kimberly Davis, and I am a wife to my husband, Eric. We have 3 little kids. Well, they're not really so little, 10, 7, and my youngest will be 5 next Tuesday. And I am a registered nurse, but I'm currently at home with my kids, running to baseball and school pickup and all the things, and have been a coach for about 2 years. So that's a little bit of my backstory. But what do we do as coaches? So first and foremost, we are here to lead by example. We are committed to our own health and fitness journey, our own goals. We are doing the workout programs and the nutrition plans and drinking the Shakeology that you guys see us sharing about and asking you guys to do with us. We are doing those things right alongside of you. We never would ask anybody to do it with us if we weren't willing to do it ourselves. And so that's our number one job priority, is being committed to our own journey and sharing that on social media, and then inviting other women to do with us. We are giving support to women and to our teammates and just teaching what we know. Beachbody provides all the tools that we need. We don't have to be the professionals or the experts on anything. Beachbody gives us so many amazing tools and education. And we just make ourselves a student of that and learn and put in the time to get to know all that stuff so that we can pass along those things to other women. And then we work together as a team to encourage each other and support one another and just work together to set and meet big, scary goals. And it's just a really cool thing to be a part of.
Okay, I'm Jade Whitehurst, and this is my 5th year with coaching, and I love it for so many reasons. It first caught my attention because Rachel had posted that she earned a trip because she helped 3 women a month with getting started on their own health and fitness journey. And I thought that was so cool. I already had a love and a passion for health and fitness. So I felt like it was a natural pull for me to say, hey, I can do this. This is something I naturally feel good at. And I know that's not necessarily the case for anyone. I mean, for everybody, but it was for me. And that's just really cool about the situation is you can have just started your fitness journey and this is a place for you, or you could be an expert and this is still a place for you to be successful and to find your place in it. But I have a 3-year-old and a newborn. She'll be 2 months old in a couple of days. So I have just kicked off my postpartum fitness journey, and these programs that Beachbody offers are literally everything for moms because it's just so convenient. And I'm so thankful that that this is an option, because going to a gym would not necessarily be for me at this point. And this has given me confidence, and feels like it gives me a voice amongst also being a mom and being just able to take care of myself while also taking care of my family. But so what we do as coaches and what we offer is our fitness programs. Is what I was just sharing about, how like for me as a mom, this is just lifesaver. We have workouts that we can do in our own home. I don't have to waste a 20-minute drive to and from the gym just to go work out on a treadmill, run on a treadmill for 20 minutes, and then like kind of piddle around figuring out what to do. I can get it done in my own home, and I do not have to worry about childcare. I get it done before my kids get up. Now that's not always. Sometimes they like to surprise me at 5 a.m. and wake up with me. But for the most part, that's when I get it done. And I love that it's so convenient for moms too. We get the access through an app or smart TV or a desktop. So this is literally in your back pocket. You can access these fitness programs anywhere. And that's why it is so convenient and so easy to offer this to anybody and everybody who is willing and ready to make a change. With nutrition, Beachbody, the reason why I love them so much is they're not just focused on one area of your life. They're focused on all aspects, from your fitness to your nutrition. So not only do we have a fitness program that's going to get you great results and get your people great results, but also the nutrition is where they say that abs are made in the kitchen. And so I love they take care of us on this side too by providing this resource. So we have real life nutrition that works for everyone. It's not restrictive. It encourages food as fuel, and which I love, because somebody who struggled in college with an eating disorder and starvation diets, I had to learn the hard way that skinny doesn't mean healthy. And I love that we have this resource of nutrition that not only just gives it to us, but also educates us on why it's so important to fuel our bodies with these types of foods, to love carbs, to love veggies, and you know what, to love the treats too, the sweet treats when we get a sweet tooth. And so for me, that has been really life-changing, to love my body with food and not restrict it. So that's a plus. Helps keep all macros in check so you burn fat while you build muscle, and clean supplements free of fillers and additives. And the best part is the accountability. The girls that you see here on this call tonight are some of my best friends. And I met them through social media. And it's just that if I'm having an issue, whether it is like I'm just mentally struggling today, or I feel like Satan is at me, I can reach out to them, and they're not only accountable for me in my fitness and with my nutrition, but also in my faith. And that has been a game changer as well. And I feel like that's why I've stayed so long as a coach, is because of the accountability that comes with this. And we're accountability partners, with our faith too. And so when you put Jesus in it, it just makes it all better. So this real friendships are made as we do this side by side. Accountability and private app you get once you become a coach, and we provide helpful tips and hacks to challengers. And two, I remember getting overwhelmed when I first became a coach, thinking like, how am I going to run my own accountability group? But you get the tools and the resources to help you do that. So no, don't get anxious.
That's so good. I love that. I think I take for granted that we hold each other accountable in our faith, because at this point, it's just what we do. Like at this point, you know, if you join our team, you probably already love Jesus. We are all about ministering and sharing the gospel, but usually women that do join us are women of faith and women who just want to make an impact in some way, even if you don't really realize what you're doing yet. But we're definitely looking for a specific type of person to join our team, to be a coach, to join our accountability groups, and to join our coach mentorship. If you can't tell, like we love what we do. We love one another. We love the work. We love what it's doing for our families. You know, I would definitely say that I was not a woman who had a lot of passion for what I did when I became a coach. I was honestly just looking for some accountability in my fitness and some accountability in the business side of it. And I've grown. I think that's really important. One thing I want you guys to know is that I have grown into the person that you see me being today, incrementally, slowly, day by day, month by month, workout by workout, you know, coach training by coach training. It has definitely been a slow build for me. I did not start my business as the faith-filled, confident woman that you see me being today. And I thank God for that, because like I always say, I say this a lot, that motherhood and coaching have shaped my faith like nothing else in this world. So we are definitely looking for people who want more passion, more purpose in their life. Maybe you're looking for more freedom in your schedule, more freedom in your finances, more freedom to take your family on trips. You know, I know our family's probably taken more trips this year, even with COVID, than we have in a while. And I wouldn't be able to do that. We wouldn't be able to do that without the income that coaching provides. Please, God, next year, I pray that all of our coaching trips are reestablished. But, you know, even like these girls, a lot of them went to Texas last month to celebrate our coach summit. And we're going to Destin in October. And traveling and being together a few times a year is a big part of what we do and what we love. So, you know, it is a result of the work that we put into our business. It's a result of the passion that we put into our business. And it is not something that I want you to know, that passion and belief in this business is not something I had on day one. It's something that came from doing the work, from plugging into my coach training, from doing the work when days were hard and when I didn't feel like it. And so we want to work with women who are willing to do that and just learn how to do this from us and borrow our belief until you have it. Fitness and health definitely are a big part of this business. We don't think that you should have a perfect body. We don't think that you should be obsessed with having a perfect body. We want to encourage you to love your body and to see it as kind of the foundation for what God has called you to do. And so we believe that health and fitness is not a necessity, but it should be a priority if you want to serve other women in health and fitness. And we want to help you definitely overcome limiting beliefs. I mean, I talk to women every single day who struggle with self-worth, who struggle with, you know, am I cut out to do this? Am I capable of doing this? And the answer is no. None of us can do this without Christ. And, you know, if there's anything that coaching has taught me, is that my entire life is if I don't plug into him, if I don't trust him, if I don't find my worth in Christ, then I am not able to do anything that he calls me to do, whether it is teaching or motherhood or being a wife or teaching Sunday school or coaching. And so we want to help you overcome your limiting beliefs and help others because you are capable in Christ. And so, you know, we are women who work hard. I mean, Shannon's a lawyer. I used to be a full-time teacher while I worked as a coach. Jade did too. She just retired from teaching. Kimberly has 3 kids. Oh my gosh, one more kid than mine, but I swear she works way harder than I do because she has 1 extra kid. And so we want women who will work and the pockets of the time that they have, and who will honor God and their family with the work that they do. And we also want to help you create an income that absolutely like provides for you, that creates security and stability for your family. Not that we think money is the end all be all, but you know what? God called us to be good stewards of our money and not to borrow and not to do all these things. And so we are definitely, one of my personal visions is to help women provide for their family, to create freedoms that you might not have otherwise. And so we get really excited to help women who want to do these things. And so that's kind of what our team is about. And that's who we're looking for to become a coach. So let's see, we have a day in the life. I'm going to turn it over to Kimberly.
Yes. Okay. So a day in the life of a coach. What do we actually do? So like I said at the beginning, like we are committed to our own health and fitness journey. We are being the proof that what we're inviting other women to do, that this works. And so we work out, we follow a workout program. One of the many programs that are available. We drink Shakeology every single day, which is protein and vitamins and just a really nutrient dense shake that is not only delicious, but really good for you. And then we follow the nutrition plans that Beachbody provides for us. And then we're just kind of sharing it and journaling it through social media every single day. And then as we're doing that and connecting with new women, building relationships, building friendships, like we said, like all of us, most of all of us like met through social media. And I've met so many amazing women that I would not have met otherwise if it weren't for coaching. And so part of what we do every day is growing our social media following. And we will teach you guys how to do this in our new coach training, but just connecting with women who are like you, who have like might be in a similar stage of life that you're in or same jobs or whatever it might be, but just connecting and building relationships with other women. We're never going to teach you to go into strangers' inbox and say, hey, you know, I know we haven't met, but do you want to work out with me? Like that's not what we do. Our team leads with integrity and teaches you guys to do the same. And so you're building relationships. And then as those relationships are built, those conversations can just naturally flow into inviting other women to join you in your boot camp or to learn more about this coaching opportunity, like somebody asked you to do tonight. Following up is a big part of what we do. Not everybody that you invite is going to say yes right away, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes a little while for somebody to gain trust in you. They want to watch you for a little while and see if you're going to stick around, see if what you're inviting them to is real. Like, it might take them a little while. So that's why we're going to teach you guys to follow up with those women. Maybe when you invite somebody, like they've got a lot going on that month and they just can't commit to one more thing, but 2 months down the road, they might be ready. And if you don't follow up with them, then you're going to miss out on that connection and helping that woman. And so following up is really important because we never want to give up on anybody. And we always want to be there to help other women reach their goals. And then just wash, rinse, and repeat. Consistency is key. I teach this to the girls in my accountability groups. It's just like, you know, when we're working out, our nutrition and our workouts have to be consistent in order to see the results. The same is true for the coaching business. We have a business tracker that we work from every day, and you just show up and you do those activities day in, you know, every day, and just consistently build that momentum to build a business. And then we put a couple samples together. Rachel, if you want to go through yours, you mean to go through it?
Yeah, I'll do it. So I'll say that when I started working as a coach, I was a full-time teacher. I still teach college history, but I worked full-time. And I left my house at 7 and I didn't get home until 4, 4:30 or 5 some days. And so fitting coaching in was not the most, like from the outside world, the most logical thing for me to add to my plate. But I did it because I was just hungry to learn more, to do more, to honestly, I mean, over time, I realized I could earn an income. And then it started to be clear that I could leave my full-time job if I wanted to. And so I did work coaching in the pockets of my day. You'll hear us say that a lot, in the pockets of our day. That was like 20 minutes here, 30 minutes here, my lunch hour, and then like after my kids went to bed. Now I homeschool. So I essentially still work a full-time job. in coaching and homeschooling, but I have to make my family a priority. And so some of the ways that I do that is that I do get up early. Even though I don't leave my home every single day to go to a job, I still treat coaching and homeschooling like a full-time job. And so I wake up at 4:45 every day. Don't always push play at 5:30. I try to, but I'm definitely pushing play but no later than 6. But, work out. And as soon as my workout's over, I add followers on social media. I connect with new followers, and then I check into my challenge group, because the people that join me for accountability and health and fitness are my priority. And so I do check in with them multiple times a day. We do homeschool now. And so, about 9 until 12 o'clock is having devotions with my kids, obviously getting a shower before that, setting them up for homeschool. If they are working independently, I will work on my own off and on. But, when we break for lunch, they're eating lunch, I eat lunch, then I take that time to do some messaging, to empty my inbox, to send some invites to people to join my challenge group, and to create some stories and connect with people who might be watching my stories. The boys they're usually done by about 2 o'clock. So about that time, I plan content for the next day. I might write a post or filter a photo or come up with some stories. I check in with my coaches, my team. I do personal development at least once a day. And I always make it at least 10 minutes a day or 5 pages of a book. Sometimes I listen to personal development. Sometimes it's reading a book. It just depends on where I'm at. And then after my kids go to bed, or after we get settled in for bed, I check in with my challengers. I make sure that I respond to any important messages that I might have. I check in with people who have signed up, and I plug them into my challenge groups, and I see if my team wants anything. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. I definitely, in the beginning, I probably spent 90 minutes to 2 hours a day on my business. Now, working at full time with a full-time income, I probably spend 4 hours max a day, Monday through Friday. I really try to take Saturdays off, Sundays off. I use Saturdays for kind of a catch-up day, but when I did work full time, I would spend 2 to 3 hours on a Saturday to make sure I had gotten done what I needed to do in my business. And I'm so thankful I did. I'm so thankful I didn't say it's Saturday, I won't work today, because if I hadn't used that time, then I would probably not be here with my family, present, active, homeschooling, doing all the things I'm so thankful to be able to do. But today, this is what a typical day of work looks like for me, where I'm at in my life. So I'm going to let somebody else share that. Kimberly.
Yeah. So mine is kind of similar to Rachel's. And honestly, like I kind of plug some stuff in here, but with the season that I'm in with younger kids, like my days rarely look the exact same. My mornings are probably the most consistent. Like Rachel, I also get up early, and honestly, I was never a morning person before. I always was the mom who slept in until my kids came to my bedside and woke me up. And I was always grouchy and
Really?
Really.
You should make a post about that. I did not.
I think
know
I
that.
have before, but it's been a while.
Do it again once a week. That
but yeah,
resonates.
like I would just sleep until they would come wake me up. And then, how, if you have kids, how they are. Like you're immediately met with demands of, I need this, fix me this. And so I was always like grouchy and grumpy because I didn't have any time to like gather myself. But when I started coaching, I started getting up, and it was just little by little, I would move it back, but getting up earlier, starting my day with my quiet time. Because before that, I get up when my kids came in, and the quiet time just got pushed back and usually never happened because it's just like exhausting. Kids are great. Don't let that come off the wrong way. But it is an exhausting phase of life when you have little kids. But anyway, so I get up early, I have my quiet time. I usually add some followers to my Instagram or Facebook, and I check into my challenge groups, and then I go down and I do my workout. And then during the week, now that school has started back for us, I get my older 2 up and ready for school and out the door. And then depending on if my little one is up yet, then I will go back through and either answer some emails or clear out my inbox on Instagram or Facebook. And then just kind of throughout the day, usually in the late afternoons, I post my content for the day, connect with other women that are watching my stories or that have connected or engaged on some of my previous content from the week, sending messages and invites to those people, depending on what kind of, where in the stage of that relationship we are. And then once I go to pick up my kids from school, and usually I use that time to wrangle my almost 5-year-old in carpool line. He climbs all over the seats in the car, and I usually send out a few invites during carpool line too. So it's kind of just like working in the pockets around our day. And then once we get home and the kids get settled and then they go to play outside with the neighbors, I usually sit out on our porch and read some PD and just kind of unplug there. And then before bed, I kind of the same as Rachel, respond to any messages that I may have gotten, send some follow-up messages to people, and then kind of check in with my team to see where they're at.
I mean, could you ever imagine a world like before coaching where we were like, PD is our unwinding time? Like we're such nerds.
Before coaching, I thought like when somebody said professional development or personal development, I like laughed at their face. I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
See, I've always had these books, but like I just felt dumb because I didn't think it had a purpose. Okay, so I'm Shannon. I am in Louisiana. I have 2 boys and I'm married to my husband Barker, and I'm an attorney. So my schedule is similar, and then I think we all have full-time roles in different ways. I do a lot on lunch break. I do a lot while I'm waiting in between meetings. The way I see it, a lot of people have smoke breaks, so I can take a 15-minute check-in on my socials or texting some of my challengers, right? So, but how do we earn? That's the top question I had, I think, other than I don't want to be salesy, which we'll get into, but we earn through commissions. Obviously, we do have products that we love and that we connect our customers with and the people that we meet. You'll get 25 to 40% of all sales you make, including when a subscription renews. So if you think about that, once you get 2 girls in a month, then you'll get 4 girls in a month. And over time that will compound, and you'll have people ordering their subscriptions under you, for however long they're your customer. I mean, I know some of us have longtime customers that order every month, and over time that will add up, and we'll get into how in just a second. You also have team bonuses. This is the lucrative part that we won't go into tons of detail, but just we set little goals for you along the way to hit, and that the company does that for us so that we can succeed in small steps rather than having to take a giant bite of the apple. It's little goals at a time. And as you hit those ranks or those goals, you begin earning extra money on top of the commission. So it'll cycle all of what we call volume based upon your rank, and you will get actual bonuses based upon how many people are under you. So it's a really neat incentive to help you succeed. I hear a lot of people talk about, network marketing with their ranks. And to me, it's like the procrastinator's dream, or somebody who maybe like, I just don't have the resources right now to go like open a $800,000 franchise. But this type of business gives me small benchmarks to hit that will ultimately bring my income up and help me make a difference in the world. And it just doesn't get old. It's made for somebody who wants to succeed, but doesn't have tons of resources. So I love the bonus aspect and the rank aspect because it forces you to level up and to get outside your comfort zone. And of course, that just doesn't get old. You don't get that in your 9-to-5 very often, and then we have the Star Diamond bonus pool. So we have different ranks. We'll talk about those in training, but a 2-star diamond and above are eligible to participate in what we call 4-star diamond bonuses that are quarterly. So that's another bonus that you have the opportunity to get once you hit the 2-star rank. And this payout is based on the entire company's volume of all of the coaches, and they literally divide it up. So it's really important to get there. Every time I explain this, I'm like, why am I not there yet? But don't worry. The prayers are happening, and it's going to happen for all of us soon. But long story short is you control this. Beachbody doesn't guarantee any specific income. It's based upon your effort and your work that you put into it. And I think that that's why you get a lot of people say, oh, well, this doesn't work, because you have to work. You don't just, it's not like a job where you go sign up and clock in and clock out and your paycheck hits your bank at, every 2 weeks. We get paid every Thursday, and it's based upon the work that we did the previous week and the previous months, and it compounds over time. So don't let that intimidate you. It's actually awesome. We're going to to talk about it in training, how to, have the accountability to work on your own and to be the CEO of your business. And the potential is honestly endless if you're willing to roll up your sleeves. Okay, I'll go ahead and talk about these. So the other thing that really motivates me, and honestly, like Jade said, got me really excited to do this, was the travel. When life's busy, especially right now, there's just not a lot of opportunities to travel, and you have to be intentional about planning them. And they also cost money, but we get to earn them. And it's what we call Success Club, which is a reward system for growing your business. You can get cool prizes throughout the year for helping 3 people a month. And when I first heard that, I was like, I can do that. Three people is all I need to help, to get my business rolling and rocking. And that all the statistics show that if you can do that every month, you'll consistently grow. And then as you hit Success Club and you earn those points, we call them Success Club points each month, they add up and you can earn trips. This year it's to Punta Cana, and it's been to Mexico. It's been on a cruise before to the Bahamas and the Caribbean. And there's just really neat opportunities that I don't think I would have had otherwise for just some girl time. And it's honestly like a little health retreat, a soul retreat. We talk about faith, we pray for each other, we eat really good food, and we work out while we're there. So it's just a really neat thing that you can earn that I'm not sure I would be able to pay for otherwise. We also have really awesome training. We just talked about how we're nerds. We just love to grow. And now we have a reason and a platform to do that, because every time we take training, we learn something new, and it will help us as moms. It'll help us as wives. It'll help us at church. It'll help us in our business. It's just this leadership skills that trickles into so many aspects of life that, again, I think if I wasn't doing this, I would be stagnant, right? Like, you grow obviously in your faith, and God can do anything, but I think he's super excited when we plug in intentionally and let him work and give him the opportunity to move through trainings and through community. Kimberly, you want to take it?
Sorry, I'm coming. Okay. So how do you join? So there are 3 ways that you can start your journey. Option 1 is to join as a customer. Some of you already might have joined as a customer. You might be doing the things, doing the workouts and sharing that. And that's why somebody invited you here, is because they see you doing the things that we do as a coach, and they think that you would be a really good coach. With this option, you get access to the workouts, the nutrition resources, the accountability in the community. You pay retail price for your products. Option 2 is our newest option. It's a preferred customer option. There's no additional sign-up costs. You get the same things that you get as a customer. You can get early access to new products and programs. There is a $15.95 monthly membership fee. But with that, you also receive 25% off any products that you order. So Shakeology, Energize, Beach Bars, Collagen, anything that you order can be, that discount can be applied. And then option 3 is really why we invited you guys here tonight. This is the Legacy Builder option. Again, when you start with a challenge pack or completion pack, which gets you the workouts and the nutrition and the Shakeology, there's no additional sign-up costs for that. When you do this option, you're automatically opening up your online office. You get all the business support that you need in order to open your business. You have the opportunity to run your own challenge groups, support women in there, invite other women to these programs. You get early access to the programs and the products. This option, you also have the $15.95 membership fee. That covers all of your business needs. Like, those are your business fees. Every month. It covers marketing. It covers, like, you don't have to do any shipping. You don't have to worry about your paycheck or anything like that. Like, Beachbody handles all the behind the scenes things for that $15.95 membership fee. You also receive the 25% off on all your products. You obviously would get the option to earn the income with this option. You can, let's see. If you're ready to join, this is the option. Like, you'll plug you into the team trainings. We start fresh the first Tuesday of every month, but if you're ready to join now, like, we can plug you in, we can get you caught up. We have a self-paced training option that you can go through and kind of get caught up to where we are for our weekly training calls. And then this is like where the vision for that residual income that Shannon talked about, and the financial freedom that can come from building your business and building a team of women underneath of you and helping them just grow and reach goals and do it all together.
Okay, sorry, I was making sure I'm unmuted. Okay, so your coach, now what? In additional to your investment of ongoing monthly Shakeology, there, Kimberly talked a little bit about it, but there is a ongoing monthly fee of $15.95. And again, this covers the business service fees that helps pay for the millions that Beachbody spends on their media, their their media, and just different ways that they promote the business. And it also helps too, because like once you start hitting Success Club, then they also give you leads. And a lot of these leads are the people who are just going to the website and buying something, or committing to Beachbody On Demand programs, and then they just put you as their coach. And so a lot of these fees are just ways that Beachbody just takes care of you so that you don't have to do the work. All you have to do is worrying about like getting your 3 people and encouraging them, loving on them, and getting them results. So there's no like crazy madness stuff you got to take care of that most businesses do. If you were to go open up a business today, it would cost you way more than $15.95. So thank you, Beachbody, because that's so helpful.
Isn't that insane? Like, I mean, I can think of all the things I've tried before Beachbody, and like literally we just have to buy our food and our workouts and pay $16 a month. Like, that's insane. Okay. Okay. Kimberly, you want me to take this one? You got it.
Whatever you want, doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. I'll take it. What can you expect from our team? So obviously, I mean, I hope that you know by now that we're not just here to make money, although there's nothing wrong with making money doing what you love. Like, honestly, tell me anybody that you know that goes to a job every single day that doesn't make money. Like, we love what we do, but we also get to provide for our families doing this. So we want to teach you how to be the best coach that you can be right where you're at. And again, I mean, I think if you've heard our stories, we all started right where we were at. I didn't have any social media expertise. Like, I didn't have any social media following. I knew nothing about growing an online business. I had honestly tried multi-level marketing in different forms and I didn't love it, but there was just something different about this. One, I was loving the products. I was loving the results I was getting. I was loving the sustainability of what I was doing. And I wanted to, if I could help one person, change their life by working out and eating clean and trying Shakeology, like that was worth it to me. And so our new coach training is, once you become a coach, we are not just going to throw you to the wolves and be like, hey, go make your coach announcement and get some people signed up. We actually love to train you in doing that. And so we definitely give you a checklist to get started with, to tell you exactly what you need to do. And then every Tuesday night, like Kimberly said, we have a new coach training call. And whether you jump in on the first week of the month or whether you jump in on the 4th week of the month, it doesn't matter. Just plug into that training call and we will help you with a one-on-one getting started call and coach you through your first month. We definitely will give you some action oriented things to do, like, starting to post on social media, getting plugged into your challenge group, picking a workout program, a nutrition plan for you, and starting to invite friends and family to do that. We love our Tuesday night calls because it's where we get to teach you the basics of what we do and answer your questions. about what we're doing. And we definitely share, we're kind of geeky about social media, and we talk about reels, and we talk about stories, and we talk about hashtags and things like that. But you don't have to know all that to become a coach. We just want you to start your own health and fitness journey, to be confident in what you're doing for yourself, to invite your friends and family. And even as far as like running your own challenge group, you don't have to do that the first month or two. You can invite to ours. But after month 2, we definitely want you running your own challenge group, and we will teach you how to do that. I did not know anything about running a challenge group or leading other people, but it just came by doing and asking my coach questions and trusting the process. And so that is how we will teach you to be a coach, just day by day, minute by minute, post by post, and trust us that it actually works. I've been here 7 years. I've been here 7 years, so I definitely can say that it works. And then just a few of our stories. I mean, obviously we've shared with you who we are, and why we are here. Like I started as a full-time college professor, had no intentions of leaving my full-time job. I didn't even think it was possible, quite honestly. It took a good 2 years as a coach before I actually even started to dream about it, to think about it. And then by year 3, Matt and I were both like, okay, let's do this for our family. Let's do this for our family. And then we decided to homeschool on top of that. So, I say that to encourage you. Don't look at where you are right now. Don't think about what's possible right now. Just trust us when we say that coaching can do whatever you want to do with it, whether it's buying vacations, whether it's paying off debt, whether it's quitting your full-time job, whether it is, just having some fun money. The sky's the limit. And again, like Shannon said, Beachbody does not guarantee an income, but every coach's income is dependent on what they put into their business and the work that they do. And so if you put in 2 hours a day, you're going to get paid for 2 hours a day. If you put in 4 hours a day, you're going to get paid for 4 hours a day. But it's not like any other business. I work 4 or 5 hours a day and earn a full-time income. But, I've definitely worked my way up to that. So that's my story. I'll let Kimberly tell hers.
Okay. So like I said, I am a stay-at-home mom. That is what I always wanted to do. And I always tell this story, and I always is like, I probably shouldn't because it makes me look really stupid, but I can remember being in my first job interview out of college, and the guy interviewing me asked me where I saw myself in 5 years. And I sat there and I said, I want to be home with my kids. That's the dumbest answer you could ever give on a job interview. Let me just tell you that. But that's what I've always wanted to do. And so I started work. I graduated nursing school and had my first baby 2 weeks later. So I got to stay home with him for a while, took my board exam, and then started working full-time as a nurse. He was 3 months old. I worked full-time. I worked part-time on and off for about 8 years. And then 2 years ago, God allowed me to come home through my husband's job. So that was a huge blessing. But after being home for those couple of years, I really just started missing the work. I loved what I did as a nurse. I always hated leaving my kids. I worked night shift. And so I hated being exhausted the next morning after a shift. And I never wanted to go out the door. It never got any easier for me, but I did miss having something to work for. And so, God placed Rachel in my path, and we started connecting and talking, and I started asking all the questions about coaching. And I just felt deep down in my heart that this is where I was supposed to be. I couldn't, the idea of coaching would not leave my brain. And so I knew I had to just try. And so I did, and I plugged into the trainings and did everything that she taught me to do. And it's been the biggest blessing in my life. It's grown my faith. It's helped me in my own health and fitness. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I'm home with my kids, but I'm also getting to work. And it's just been really cool to see how God has used this in my life.
And I think that's neat because I'm still working full time, but I hear Jade and I hear Kimberly and I hear Rachel talk about the flexibility that they've had. And just knowing that this is here for me as I build it, that, we're in some pretty bizarre times. There are some restrictions going around that I don't really feel comfortable with. And I have an option eventually, if I would like to, not have to partake in those restrictions. You know what I mean? Like just the freedom that I walk around with, that there is a different way if I need it. I don't feel God's calling me there now, but this just gives you options. It can be what you want it to be. I never saw coaching coming because I went to law school and I thought I was just going to continue tracking my way up the ladder. But I quickly realized lawyers are rude and they're mean, a lot of them. And it can be very hard when people, are just trying to win and to build money for billable hours. But when I started coaching, I realized that this was a way for me to do self-care, to take care of myself, to de-stress. And I just realized that we just have an obligation to share something this fun when we're this passionate about it. And then we have an obligation to take care of our bodies. So it's been really neat to share it with people. I also had some postpartum depression. So it's been just such an answer for me to be able to talk to other people and to have a platform to share about that experience in case anybody else is out there who sees it and needs somebody to message.
I don't think your image was updated, but you can tell them a little bit about you if you want to share more.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry, you're muted. I didn't know if you said
Sorry.
something.
Sorry.
No, yeah. Well, I guess I kind of mentioned it a little bit, but I already had a desire and a love for health and fitness. When I was in college, I got my personal training license because I just love working out. It's always been a stress relief for me. It's always been where I have my best conversations with God, just the way I can connect with him on a different level. And so I was already working out. I was already doing these Beachbody workouts. I used I bought T25 DVDs off Amazon and used those to help get ready for my wedding. And before that, I did Insanity while I was in college. After I had my breakthrough with, starvation diets aren't the right way to do this. And so it's just crazy that Beachbody and the products that they have was always right there for me. They were there for me in every phase of my life, from college to getting married to after kids. And it's just been a constant in my life. And I am grateful that I have this opportunity to share that's always been a constant for me, something I've always been able to go back to, no matter what the struggle or the celebration was, because that's what it is. And I love that I get to just pay it forward.
Love it. Love it. So that is it. Honestly, you guys, that is our story. Those are our stories. That is what we do. That is how we teach our teams to do what we do. And obviously we believe full-time, full stop in what we do. And we are just looking for women who want to take a chance, who want to take a jump into kind of the unknown. I guess I would say that we all jumped into the unknown when we became coaches, and we trusted God that he was leading us here. And we are confident in what we do. We're confident in our ability to lead you. And we just ask you to say a prayer and jump with us, and know that we won't leave you hanging, and that we will match your effort for whatever you want to do in this business. And so what happens now is the coach that invited you will reach out to you, whether you're watching this live or you're watching the playback. I know a lot of you guys had to watch the playback tonight because you're momming or doing sports or doing school or something like that. And that's okay. That's okay. That's kind of the beauty of what we do. Like, I can't make every call that our coaching opportunity provides, but you better believe that I watch the recordings, I implement the trainings, and make the most of the time that I have. month. And so we will reach out to you and ask you what you want to do. Do you want to join us as a customer, as a preferred customer, or as a legacy builder like Kimberly described, and build a business with us? And we will just match your effort and your goals based on that. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time to listen and to learn and to hear our stories. Oh my gosh, this took an hour. Like we must have
I
had
just noticed that.
we had fun with that, didn't we? It usually doesn't take that long, but thank you. And does anybody want to say a prayer to just like take us
Sure, I
out?
will.
Okay, go ahead, Jen.
Dear Lord, I thank you for everybody here tonight and for those who are watching this after the fact. I pray that you create time for them to come to you in prayer about whether this is something that you have for them to do, Lord. I thank you for the blessing that it's been for us. I ask that you give us all divine energy in our callings, and that you would just breathe new breath of life into us in our day-to-day, whether we're caring for kids or working at a day job or serving in a medical field or just whatever it may be. I just ask that you lead us and guide us, show us your will, because we know that there's no better place to be. I pray that you would be with everyone's anxieties and everyone's worries, because we know that you know them, Lord. Please give us peace, help us all to rest well and to go get it tomorrow. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 All right, good night, you guys.
Love you.
Bye.